This is football heritage.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Football Heritage Transfer Talk. If you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe now. Stop the video. Stop the video and subscribe. Subscribe, like, and drop a comment on the transfer news that we're going to be speaking about in today's video. Make sure you check us out on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. But yeah, make sure you follow us on all our socials. And yeah, let's get into it. You guys have actually tried. I've gone like 2 or 3 videos now without any Chelsea content. So I think I've successfully dismissed the rumors that this is a Chelsea prop page strictly. I mean, if Chelsea is doing well, we'll prop them, right? But yeah, we've gone a while without Chelsea content. And right now in the transfer window, I think we're going to be speaking about 2 of the major signings that Chelsea is looking to acquire in the coming weeks, right? We know they won the Club World Cup and they're looking to strengthen further. So we'll start off with Xavi Simmons from Leipzig. Now, Fabrizio hasn't given us the here we go officially, but what they are saying is that, personal terms are agreed and talks are advancing and there is good relationship and personal terms are agreed and, everything is in line, Sha, and it seems like maybe next week or in the coming days they're going to finalize that deal. Now, Xavi Simmons, how do I feel about him as a player? To be honest, of course, I haven't watched him a whole lot because it's difficult to get time to watch Bundesliga games, right? But we've seen him in bits and pieces in the Champions League, and we've seen his compilations, we've seen his highlights. I think he's a good player. I think he will be a good addition to the squad. I think predominantly he will operate in the 10, like in that let me enter my tactical back small in the half space. In the half space. But yeah, I think he will predominantly occupy that region behind the striker. I don't see him as a left winger. I don't see him as a touchline winger like a Pedro Neto that will say he's going to be bumping up and down the flank, taking on players, beating players with his pace and trickery, getting balls into the box, shooting, cutting in and shooting. I don't see him as that type of player. I don't see him as a typical winger. Like I don't see him as a winger. I see him more as a 10 or someone that will play just in that half space, in that region behind the main number 9, behind the striker, like as that link man between the midfielders and the 9. I think that's where he would play if he does join Chelsea. I think he's a good player. One thing I like about him is his ball striking. His ball striking is bro. Some of these goals I saw, I said, okay, do you know what? Fairs, bro, he will just chase the ball, shoot, boom. Like his shooting is actually very, very good. I was surprised that somebody that looks so diminutive, someone that looks so small, can get a lot of power behind the strikes. So his ball striking is good. His shooting is very, very good. His passing is also all right. His final ball is pretty good. So some of the assists, it looks like he had a good relationship with Openda in Leipzig because he had a lot of good key assists for Openda. So his final ball is decent, and hopefully whoever is our 9 will be there to finish off on a lot of the chances he does create. What I'm a bit skeptical or worried about is his size, his height. Now, I know the old cliche, oh, the physicality of the Premier League. But I mean, it's not just a cliche. I think it's actually true. The Premier League is very, very physical. And I'm wondering, he looks a bit small, tiny, like he looks like he can be easily bullied off it. I don't know if he'll be able to cope in the Premier League because of his stature. I mean, yeah, he can bulk up, yeah, he can become stronger, but that's just my main worry for him. Would he be able to cope in the Premier League, given how small he is? I think he'll need to maybe bulk up a bit, but not too much. I don't know. I'm just basically worried about his size. I don't know if he's strong enough. I don't know if he's big enough to handle the Premier League. But at a 10, I think yeah, the quality speaks for itself. You can see that yeah, this is definitely a good player that we're buying. And yeah, I mean, if we do sign him, because I don't know, we've agreed personal terms for like 5 days now. But yeah, if we do sign Xavi Simmons, I think that's a good signing. I think that would be a fantastic signing for us. And one thing I would like about this signing is that I don't know if you guys remember that December period when Chelsea fans were like, oh, we're in title race. Oh, we're not in title race. Oh, we're not in title race. But like we were close. We're like 3-4 points behind Liverpool, right? We were actually having we had a very good first half of the season, but in December and January, it really fell off. And I think one reason why it fell off was an over reliance on Cole Palmer. It was seriously an over reliance on Cole Palmer. There was like a 5-game or 6-game stretch where we only won like one match. We had like one win in 5 or one win in 6 or something like that, and we were struggling. We were really struggling for goals. And the thing is that period, Cole Palmer will either score or get an assist, and we'll lose and we'll draw. And Palmer was just getting so much of the blame. I was just looking at Chelsea fans like, are you guys being serious? This guy is the only one scoring or assisting or contributing, and you guys are still giving him so much stick. Like against Palace, I think we drew 1-1. Palmer scored that match. In that run, I think we lost to Fulham 2-1 at the Bridge. Palmer scored in that match. Against Bournemouth, we drew 2-2. Palmer scored in that match. So there were games that, he was actually delivering, but the rest of the attackers, I feel they weren't contributing enough. I feel in that period, Jackson, Neto, and Noni, they were seriously not contributing enough. And so the whole quality of the team dropped. And when getting results, I think what we've seen with the signings we made in the Club World Cup, and if we do get Xavi Simmons, is that responsibility, that burden of Palmer always having to be the person to get GA, it will really be released off his shoulders. You can see in the Club World Cup, I mean, Neto stepped up, Joao Pedro stepped up, Delap stepped up when necessary, even Enzo stepped up, right? When it's shared, and of course, when we got to the final, Palmer, big man, the man for the big occasions, he stepped up, right? But the point is that with these signings we're getting with like Delap, Joao Pedro, Neto coming into form, Xavi Simmons, is going to ease that burden of Palmer. He doesn't have to always be the guy to get a goal or assist in every single game. So for me, it's a good signing, and we're going to play Champions League, so we're going to need as many legs as possible, right? And that leads me to the next point, which is that this season is going to be so fun. I can't lie. This season is going to be so fun because Maresca, that's what goes on in that guy's board head. I don't even understand. But I think this season, Maresca is going to have the freedom to really experiment. Because I think with the attackers we are getting and we have at our disposal right now, there is such a, let's say, versatility amongst all the attackers, or most of the attackers. Almost all the attackers can kind of play 2 or 3 positions. So it's very difficult to predict what exactly we're going to play on any given day, which is what honestly I would love. Because now, I won't lie, when Joao Pedro came, I didn't even think we were going to play him as a 9. I saw Joao Pedro more as a 10, like behind the striker, or as a left winger. But in Club World Cup, he has shown us that, hey, he can do a good job, a very good job as a 9. So that's an option. So you can have, for example, you can have Joao Pedro in the 9, Neto on the left wing, and Palmer on the right wing, and Enzo in the 10. That was what we played in the final against PSG. Neto can also go over to the right wing. Palmer can play in the 10. Joao Pedro can maybe play on the left, and Delap can be in as the main 9. That's another option that Maresca can implement. If we do get Xavi Simmons can play in the 10. Palmer plays off the right. Neto plays off the left. Liam Delap or Joao Pedro plays as the main 9. I've not even spoken about my boy Estavao that is also coming to for that right wing. We can have Estavao play on the right, Xavi Simmons play in the middle, Pedro Neto play on the left, and Liam Delap. Oh, Jesus, I've never spoken about Gittins. More options full ground though. We can have Gittins of the left, Estavao on the right, Palmer in the 10, Liam Delap up top. You can have Joao Pedro up top. Like, bro. Options choke. But I think it's a very good problem to have. And I think what Maresca has shown us is that he is flexible. He's flexible. He can make up so many different combinations. So I'm not worried. I think our attack last season wasn't good enough. But the fact that we're bolstering, we're adding Gittins, we're adding Simmons, we're adding Estavao, we've added Delap and Joao Pedro, so many fresh options that we can combine in so many different ways. And it's good that it helps that the players can play different positions. They are all versatile. So I trust Maresca to do his magic. I know we can see Gittins, can see Estavao, can see Palmer, can see Joao Pedro or Liam Delap. So I mean, is honestly is a good thing, and it's something to be really positive about going into the future as a Chelsea fan. Now, we also linked with Jorrel Hato from Ajax, the Dutch centre-back. Okay, yeah, both players are Dutch. Both Xavi Simmons and Jorrel Hato are Dutch. But yeah, I think they said he can play both centre back and left back. From what I've seen of him, he reminds me a bit of, let me cook. Calm down. Calm down. Don't drag me. Wait, don't drag me. Just a little bit. It reminds me of Jorrel Timber at Arsenal. I love Timber. Timber is an amazing player. But I'm not here to prop an Arsenal player. But Timber is honestly an amazing player, right? I think Hato is somewhat like that. You know, he can also play centre back and full back. I think it's simple what he's coming to be. He's coming to be Cucurella's backup. He's coming to be Cucurella's deputy. And it is very, very needed. Guys, it is very, very necessary. Cucurella has played an a crazy amount of football in the past year, from Euros, Premier League, Conference League, Nations League, Club World Cup. Cucurella has been an ever-present, and we do not have a backup left back. I thought Renato Viega was going to be that guy. But I mean, if we get in Jorrel Hato, we have a backup option for Cucurella. Very, very good. Maybe in the cup games, in 1 or 2 Champions League games, if necessary, even in the Premier League games. It's just good to have those kind of squad options so that Cucurella doesn't gas out, right? So for me, I think that's a good signing. That's also a welcome signing. Both signings, Xavi Simmons and Jorrel Hato, I'm really, really looking forward to them. As a Chelsea fan, I think they are going to really contribute as good squad options for our team going into next season. If you guys are seeing this on YouTube, and if you've made it to the end of this video, first of all, clap for yourself. And then secondly, yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you drop a comment, make sure you drop a comment. What do you guys think about Xavi Simmons? What do you guys think about Jorrel Hato? Do you think Chelsea needs any more signings? I think we still need to look at our goalkeeper position, but we'll talk about that in a separate episode. And yeah, see you guys on the next episode of Football Heritage Transfer Talk.